Good day everyone. My name is April Joy Mauricio and I am one of the people who will discuss about the modern art. So, in this topic, we're going to discuss about the history, the painters, the artists, the characteristics and examples and also the art movements that are connected in this in this era of the art, of the modern art. So first things first, what is modern art? The thing is, there is no precise definition of the term modern art. It remains an elastic term which can accommodate a variety of meanings. This is not too surprising kasi nga kung depende sa panahon yun eh. Kung tatanungin ka, ano yung modern art para sa'yo? Kung iisipin mo, di ba, yung arts in modern era sa panahon ngayon, yung modern. Pero kung tatanungin mo naman yung mga tao sa in the future, what do you think is the modern art? Eh di modern art para sa kanila, hindi yung arts ng panahon nila ngayon, di ba? Pero the thing is, traditionally, ang modern art, you can say it is the arts during the 1870s to 1970s. Parang kakatapos lang ata ng Industrial Revolution nung na-develop yung modern art. Kasi, nung panahon kasi ng Industrial Revolution, there are like enormous changes during that time. Katulad sa mga manufacturing, transport, technology, naapektuhan yung mga tao nun. And yung ilang sa mga artists, nagkaroon sila ng mga art movements, kumbaga. Dito na nag-start yung tinatawag natin na modern art era. We're going to talk about the art movements later and yung mga characteristics niya. And i-discuss din sila ng iba pang ka-members ko. Modern art begins the heritage of painters like Vincent van Gogh, Paul Cézanne, Paul Gauguin, Georges Seurat, and Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec, all of whom were essential for the development of the modern art. And the general goal ng mga painters na to is to advance their practice on their position of pure originality. So, katulad nga ng sinabi ko kanina is, yung modern art, it lasted for a century and involves lots of art movements. Sobrang diverse nung mga arts no modern art. Like, iba-iba talaga sila, di mo maisip na, yung art na pala na to is ginawa ganitong panahon. Kasi bakit iba yung isa? Kasi sobrang daming art movements ng panahon na yun. Kung meron bang pinagkaiba yung modern art sa arts ng iba, is that, yung modern artists from the more earlier traditionalists and their postmodernists is naniniwala sila na yung art nila nagmamatter. Their art matters. That's what they believe. Now we're going to talk about the brief infos. Brief lang. Huwag na tayo mag-dive in masyado sa mga art movements. Kasi for sure, sobrang pamilya na kayo dito. Na-lesson na natin sila nung junior high school at nung senior high school. And what are art movements muna? So art movements are the collective titles that are given to artworks which share the same artistic styles, ideals, technical approach, or time frame. So, yung mga art movements daw, ito yung mga title ba na binibigay dun sa mga arts na nag-share ng same ideals nung mga artist, kung ano yung gusto nila iparating dun sa art na yun. Yung style, kung yung style niya ba is parang may pagka puro lang shades or medyo nagsasabi ng gusto nila i-express nila yung feeling, yung mga artists na express nila yung feeling, and the technical approach or the time frame. Kasi diba, ang art movements na sinasabi ko ngayon is nangyari noong 1870s to 1970s. During the modern art, the most influential movements of modern art are Impressionism, Fauvism, Cubism, Futurism, Expressionism, Dadaism or Dada, surrealism, abstract expressionism, and pop art. Meron pang ibang mga art movements maliban sa mga ito, pero ito yung mga art movements na talagang sumikat. And for sure, alam niyo na. Impressionism is a 19th century art movement characterized by relatively small, thin, yet visible brushstrokes, open composition, emphasis on accurate depiction of light in its changing qualities, ordinary subject matter, inclusion of movement as a crucial element of human perception and experience, and unusual visual angles. Yung ilan sa mga artists no art movement na to ay sina Claude Monet, Camille Pissarro, at si Paul Cézanne. Fauvism is an art movement launched in 1905 whose work was characterized by bright and non-natural colors and simple forms. Fauvism is the style of Les Fauves, a group of early 20th century modern artists whose works emphasize painterly qualities and strong color over the representational or realistic values retained by Impressionism. While Fauvism as a style began around 1904 and continued beyond 1910, the movement as such lasted only a few years, 1905 to 1908, and had 3 exhibitions. Yung ilan sa mga artists ng panahon na to are sila Henri Matisse, André Derain, and Georges Braque. Next, we're going to talk about Cubism. Cubism is an artistic movement in France beginning in 1907 that featured surfaces of geometrical planes. Yung ilan sa mga artists ng art movement na to ay sina Pablo Picasso, Juan Gris, at Salvador Dali. We're diving into the future. Futurism. Futurism is an artistic movement in Italy around 1910s that tried to express the energy and values of the machine age. The position that the meaning of life should be sought in the future. It emphasized the speed, technology, youth, and violence and objects such as the car, the airplane, and the industrial city. Yung ilan sa mga artists no art movement na to ay sina Giacomo Bella, Carlo Cara, at si Joseph Stella. Next is the Expressionism. The Expressionism is the artist's subjective expression of inner experiences was emphasized. An inner feeling was expressed through a distorted rendition of reality. Its typical trait to present the world solely from a subjective perspective, distorting it radically for emotional effect in order to evoke moods or ideas. Some of the artists on this period are Edward Munch, Franz Marc, and Paul Klee. Last but not the least is Surrealism. Surrealism is a cultural movement that began in the early 1920s. And is best known for its visual artworks and writings. Artists painted illogical scenes with photographic precision, created strange creatures from everyday objects, and developed painting techniques that allowed the unconscious to express itself. Yung ilan sa mga artists ng art movement na to ay sina André Breton, Max Ernst, at Man Ray.